This is a case scenario of a 2-month-old baby who had history of tracheoesophageal fistula repair at day 2 of life. And now he presented with anastomotic esophageal stricture. This is the endoscopic image showing just pinpoint hole opening in the upper esophagus. This is anastomotic esophageal stricture due to the impact of previous surgery. So the child presented with issues of difficulty in feeding, frequent aspiration pneumonia. The stricture was just at the upper esophagus, so very frequent aspiration pneumonias and failure to thrive. He underwent a stricture dilatation procedure, and this is the video of it. So as we put in this catheter with a balloon, this is through the scope balloon dilatation. The balloon is going in, and then we inflate the balloon after a specific dimension has been reached. And this is the balloon is inflated, kept in for a few minutes to achieve desired dilatation. Some food pieces are hanging around and with slough here. And once it is done, we deflate the balloon, pull it out. And this is how the opening looks now. This was after the first session of dilatation. And subsequently, this child underwent 2 more dilatation sessions. This is from one of the other session where you can see some bleed also. That is a very normal phenomena. And post 4th session, this is the amount of dilatation we achieved after that pinpoint opening. So pre and post dilatation, this child who looked so emaciated and malnourished at 2 months of age, at 6 months of age, was like healthy child, eating well, and was ready to take on complementary feeds. So the learning points from this case are: in children with feeding difficulty and frequent aspiration pneumonia, upper GI endoscopy may clinch the cause. Common esophageal strictures in children are caused by post-tracheoesophageal fistula repair or any other esophageal surgery, post-corrosive injury, and rarely peptic injuries. Endoscopic dilatation is effective modality with preservation of native esophagus.